Every morning I announce to my family that I'm going jogging, but then I don't go. It's a running joke. Today I'm going to recap a 2019 drama thriller film called Runt. The story kicks off in Cal's bedroom. He and his dog stir to the alarm clock's buzz. He does his usual morning stuff, gives his dog a bath and some food, and preps a snack for school. His dog, Runt, grabs a condom from his backpack, leading to a tussle to retrieve it from his jaws. He peels to school, leaving Runt in the yard, encircled by a fence. Once at school, he finds out that some dudes have pranked him. Cal tries to pick up a coin on the floor, but it's stuck tight. Cecily clues him in about the glued coin, yet Ronnie shoves him to the floor with a foot. Cecily helps him up, and although furious, he stomps off, but the condom falls out from his backpack. Cecily grabs it, hiding it in her palms. She also boots the coin away, ending the amusement for everyone else. In Cal's class, there's a test going on. Hank, seated behind Cal, tries to copy off him, but Cal doesn't allow him or Hank's friend to do so. Yet he taunts Cal and tells him to lean back. Mr. Talley, the teacher, questioning if he let those guys cheat off him. He warns Cal that a failure awaits if he stays silent. In his new class, Cal is captivated by a girl. He has a drawing of her in his room and sketches another image of her in his notebook. When the class splits into groups, he joins the one with his crush. He aims to catch Gabby's eye, but she's shy around him. He shows the sketch of Gabby to his buddy Borgie during lunch in the cafeteria. His pal appreciates the art, but advises against giving it to Gabby since she's dating Vic. Cal argues that Gabby is exceptional, sharing a tale of how his dad won his mom's heart by writing her a song. In the following class, everyone is busy drawing. Cal's instructor finds a letter on his desk, giving him a pat on the back for getting into UCLA. Yet Cal mentions he's more into Rhodes Island. Cecily hands back his condom and contemplates inviting him to the homecoming dance. But Borgie butts in with a query. Why is she dubbed a homeschooler? His timing with the question coincides with the bell, spoiling the moment for Cecily. Around midday, Cal steps up to Gabby and her friends, seeking some private time with her. He's holding the portrait he made of her, inquiring if she's going to the homecoming dance, but she shrugs it off, saying no one attends those. She walks past him. Cal spots her backpack is open, so he slips the drawing inside. He's about to unlock his bike to head home, but Vic and his gang snatch it. Vic tells him that Mr. Talley tossed out his Paul's papers as they cheated on the quiz. Cal vehemently denies ratting them out to Talley. Vic points out that if his friends get punished, they'll miss the next match, which would be a downer for the team. Cal gets dragged along while they ride his bike up to the top steps of the football field. Vic urges Cal to convince Talley that his mates weren't cheating. The upcoming match is a big deal for them. Cal doesn't seem bothered. He's shoved into a barrel-like trash bin and sent tumbling down the stairs by the trio. He hops on a bus to get home. Tired and sore, he still has the urge to play fetch with his dog. He picks up his baseball bat and starts hitting some balls, which Runt chases down eagerly. Come nighttime, Cal's mom gets home, though we never get to see her. She shuts her bedroom door, expressing her exhaustion. The following school day, Principal Carey calls Cal into her office, letting him know that a staff member saw those guys manhandling him. Simultaneously, the football coach steps into the office with Vic. Vic presents the principal with Gabby's sketch, asserting that Cal has been tailing his girlfriend. As the principal turns to Cal, he decides to smooth things over, stating nothing transpired on the football field. Post-school, Cecily comes up to Cal, suggesting a visit to the library for a smoke. She also extends an invitation to the homecoming dance. He argues that nobody attends those, but she retorts, saying people don't go there to dance, implying a different intent. He heads to his part-time job at a store. Once done, he cycles to the library to join Cecily for that smoke. She asks for a ride back home. They bike together, but tumble near her place. He takes notice of her legs, appreciating them, and suggests she ditch the long skirt since her legs are pretty. She acknowledges she knows and steps into her home. He gets back home, grabs what he needs for a relaxing time in his room. He quizzes his dog on whether it prefers staying outdoors or joining him inside. The dog spins around a bit before settling to sit outside. Cal finds himself in the same study group with Gabby again. She tells him she admired his sketch, but Vic saw it and flipped out. She also mentions Vic's having his place to himself this weekend, extending an invitation to the party there. She urges him to come, to show Vic he's not bothered by what happened. Borgie and Cal drive to a secluded spot with a handgun in tow. They practice firing at targets. Borgie tries swaying Cal to hit up the party Gabby invited him to. Cal resists initially, disliking the idea since it's at Vic's place. But after some back and forth, he consents. They both make their way to the party. A good chunk of the crowd is indulging in substances and alcohol. Cecily shows up at the party, linking up with Cal. Borgie makes a fool of himself, prompting Cecily and Cal to seek some fresh air. They move outside. Vic and his buddies spot them and start to hassle them. Vic loathes Cal and wonders how he'd react if he toyed with his girlfriend. They shove Cal into the trunk of his car. Hank holds Cecily back, while Gabby shoves Vic aside. Cecily won't talk to anyone and dashes off. Cal and Borgie catch up the following day. Borgie feels bad for not being there for Cal. Cal thinks even if he was, he wouldn't have done anything. They rib each other a bit. Borgie reckons they keep picking on him since they don't take him seriously. Cal points out that Borgie was the real joke at the party. Their banter heats up, and they go their separate ways. Cal can't find Cecily at school. Gabby hands over a note to him, but he declines to read it. He finds his bike chain's been cut, and he needs to rush to work. Reaching work, his boss gives him the boot for the third time for tardiness. He rings up his mom for a ride, but gets no answer. He's left to hoof it home, lugging his bike. He gets home, checks on his mom, who's out cold. Cal, now fuming, swipes his mom's car, with Runt hopping in. He drives over to Vic's place, ready to retaliate, and torches Vic's car. Vic and Hank dash out of the house, calling the cops. Hank catches a good look at Cal's car and Runt as they zoom off. Cal's skipping school the next day. He has a short, meaningless chat with his mom. He fixes his bike, and with Runt, heads to Cecily's place. Her dad answers the door. Cal asks about Cecily, and her dad says she's out, clueless about the recent events. They head to the library, waiting for Cecily for a bit. Hank is on the road with a buddy when he spots Cal and Runt. "I knew it," he mutters, connecting the dots as he sees Runt. Cal grabs Runt, and they duck out of sight. Hank and his friends scout around for him, but come up empty. Cal stops by a gun store, mulling over buying a weapon. Cecily reaches out to Cal, and they rendezvous at nightfall. He asks if she plans on reporting Vic's attack to the cops. She opts out, citing two reasons. Firstly, her dad's on probation, and discovering what went down would send him into a rage, landing him back in jail. Secondly, the rumor mill has Cal pegged for torching Vic's car, and if this gossip gains traction, it'll ding his future prospects. She advises him to tread lightly if he's heading to school the next day. Cal hits school and meets Borgie, who's sorry for everything, revealing it was he who snipped his bike chain in a fit. But he's got his back now, sensing things are escalating. Cal gives Vic and his cronies the slip all day, but they corner him eventually. A scuffle erupts, yet Cal holds his own, using the iron fist he obviously bought, plus some underhanded moves. Teacher Talley steps in, splitting up the melee. Cal strolls home, a satisfied smirk on his face. Ronnie and his crew halt him, praising his gutsy move. They haul him into their jeep, chanting "Madmen" in his honor. They propose a ride home, tossing in an invite for bowling later on. They hit the lanes, sharing laughs and strikes. Ronnie shares a tale about his dad, who spiked his stuff with something to teach him a lesson, but it backfired, plaguing him for 6 months. He extends an invite to the after-party to Cal, who passes. Cal dials Cecily, checking what she's up to. She's at Cal's doorstep with Runt when he gets back. He fills her in on his night, and she's curious about Runt. Cal shares that Runt was a wandering dog. He tracked him down and took him in. As they step inside, he's anxious about facing flack, but she soothes his nerves, clarifying that everyone's pinning the brawl on Vic. They embrace, settling down for a movie. Runt grumbles, feeling left out. Cal takes Runt outside, explaining that he gets jealous when overlooked. That night, Cal and Cecily share a bed. Morning comes, and she compliments his knack for things. They also go through a letter that's arrived for him. It's from Rhodesia. Cal's application is turned down, but he shrugs it off. They step outside, share a tender kiss, and Cecily heads out. Cal looks for Runt, but finds no trace. He spots some blood trails and follows them. He's gutted to find Runt's lifeless body in a dumpster. His mind fixates on it. At school, he faces off with Vic, who feigns innocence. They clash again later at a school gathering. Vic whimpers like Runt used to, and Cal pieces it together. He vows cold vengeance. He waits until the big football match. Vic's sidelined with a hand injury. The team's in a rut and morale's low. Cal slips into their locker room, finding their stash. He douses it with a harsh chemical cleanser, triggering the nasty effects Ronnie had listed. The players take the tainted stuff. Chaos ensues. They bleed and battle severe headaches. Meanwhile, Cecily and Borgie sense something's amiss and start hunting for Cal. Cal corners Vic, playing mind games. He lays into him, guilt-tripping him before landing blows with his baseball bat. Vic wrestles the bat away, but Borgie bursts in, pistol in hand, firing a warning shot. Cal seizes both the gun and bat, urging Borgie to bolt or face the fallout. He's ready to make Vic pay. Cecily tracks them down, preventing Cal from pulling the trigger. She hands him the bat instead, advising a different route to settle scores. Cal lands 2 solid hits on Vic. Cecily steps in, calling it even. They ditch the bat and gun, bracing themselves to face whatever comes next together. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be sure. It would be best if you watched the whole movie. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.